Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another edition of Car Talk. My name is George, NGA. Today is a very, very unique video. This is a very unique conversation, but I always say that to get your attention, don't I? But truly, this is a very special video. It's what happens when young men approach married men for advice, whether it's their uncle, whether it's their father, or any other male figure that they put the respect of being married and they would want to seek advice from them. So let's get started. Hey, but first, I'm wearing a very cheap phone here. I love these little t-shirts, a weekend. I'm wearing nice shoes there, right there. And let's get started. Oh, that bullshit, I don't know where they came from. Yeah, and I have a very nice Louis Vuitton belt. Because women care about shit like that. But let's get started. You will be surprised about this video. I guarantee you. Let's get started. It is pure production. There is no editing. So everything that is happening in real life. And here is the conversation.
Yes, how are you, Tato?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
How are you, Jay Shipo?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm very fine. So, Tato, today, something happened to me. I'm going very out of what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and
sure, man.
Yeah. So today, there is this lady that I've been dating for 1 year and a half now. And I remember when we met, I told her very well that I'm not ready to have kids and I'm not ready to have a family. And we agreed very well. And in fact, she told me that, you know what, while we are dating, you'll be healing from your previous relationship, because from my previous relationship, we broke up with another lady and I had a kid with her.
So did you catch that? That his girlfriend convinced him that for him to heal from the previous relationship, he will need her. It's a very good thing that we are having a relationship because it's going to help you heal from your previous relationship.
Oh, I told her that my past relationship has been a mess. I don't know what made her. I cannot explain why it never worked. So I had that many questions. I was unsettled. And when I met this lady, I told her that for me right now, I'm not in that space to be in another relationship. But she told me that, no, we can just try it. If it can't work, everyone can go his or her own way. And see, I accepted. As the relationship continued.
So did you hear that? So this was a rebound relationship. A rebound relationship. Getting into a relationship so that you can heal from the previous relationship.
That, no, we can just try it. If it can't work, everyone can go his or her own way. And see, I accepted. As the relationship continued, obviously, I went and met her sisters, brothers, we became friends. Then, coming last year, December, she started telling me that, you know what, I want us to get married. And I was like, no, but we agreed that I'm not ready, and when I'm ready, I'll be telling you. So she started telling me that, oh, I'm 24 years old, time is flying, my friends all are married, I usually have baby fevers, and I was like,
hey! Tumefika kwa baby fever! Yawa!
I'm not ready, and when I'm ready, I'll be telling you. So she started telling me that, oh, I'm 24 years old, time is flying, my friends all are married, I usually have baby fevers, and I was like, all of this story, where does it come from?
Kenovia.
Tato, do you understand Swahili?
No, he doesn't. But
I'm hearing you, brother. I'm
carry
hearing
on,
you.
carry on.
Go on. You keep breaking here and there, but I'm hearing you.
Carry on. Carry on.
Do you understand Swahili? I'm not good. I'm not that eloquent in English.
Speak Kikamba if you have to, bro, but give us the story.
Sorry, say that again. Jayshika, can you hear Big Meat properly?
I'm not that eloquent in English. Do you understand?
Okay.
So a bit of Swahili.
We will
Hey,
understand
man, my
sign
Swahili is
language.
but
for
maybe
this
Jay
one.
can translate for me.
Give it
Because
in
my
sign
Swahili,
language.
yeah, if he doesn't understand, my Swahili is not a.
Give this story in sign language if you have to, but give the story nonetheless.
Okay. So coming last year, she started telling me about the age, about her friends, about the baby fever. And each and every time I sleep with her, she usually, in fact, forces me. You know what? This is the time. I want to be pregnant. And I told her that right now I don't want a baby. Like, totally, I don't want. In fact, the past relationship that I had when we broke up, it made me like the maternal instincts that I had as a man to be a father, just died. And I was okay. So, yeah, last year.
Kenobia had maternal instincts to be a father. Did you catch that? Whether he said maternal or paternal, he had instincts to be a father. Where would that come from? You have a uterus? You have a womb, mister? You shed off eggs? That gives you these instincts to be a father? That's things that females do in the animal kingdom and in the human kingdom. But nevertheless, tell us more.
The maternal instincts that I had as a man to be a father, just died.
Maternal, he said. Maternal.
And I was okay. So, yeah, last year I kept evading the traps. Coming this year, now the pressure got worse because now even her sisters and her brothers and even her parents started pressuring me. When I go to their home, her parents are like, our kid is grown up, do something, take it to the next level. And I was very much unable to tell them, you know what, I am not ready for this. You cannot tell someone's parent that you're not ready and you've been having their daughter for almost a year. So we continue.
Why are you having their daughter and not being honest? Why aren't you honest with yourself?
All right. His very first takeaway is judge the guy. Hear it for yourself.
Their daughter for almost a year. So we continue.
Why are you having their daughter and not being honest? Why aren't you honest with yourself and everyone concerned?
No. To say the truth, that I loved this lady, and I'm in the process of healing, and let me kid you not, after I'm done healing, I planned to marry this woman. That's what I was planning.
Jay, I'd like to hear your
wow.
Big Nick. Let's hear Jay's opinion on this.
All right. His second words are, let's hear what Mama would say about it. The first words that came from his mouth, this is your uncle, this is your father, this is your male figure, this is the married man you would trust with advice. The first thing that came out of his mouth is judge this young man. The second thing is, let's bring Mama into the equation. What would Mama say?
Let me kid you not, after I'm done healing, I planned to marry this woman. That's what I was planning.
Jay, I'd like to hear your Big Nick. Let's hear Jay's opinion on this.
Mommy!
From a woman's
Mama!
point of view.
Mommy!
Perhaps that may be helpful to you, but I'm not a relationship coach or anything like that.
Mama!
Based on what you're saying and what you're telling me.
Now, I won't tell you what happened today. I'm telling you what happened so that I can.
You see, the guy is resisting to hear the opinion of Mama. I came to you, Daddy. I came to you, Uncle. I came to you, Baba Kamau. I want your opinion. Don't send me to a woman.
Hear your views. I've not come here for advice, but just your views. So we had issues until today. 2 weeks ago, we weren't talking. Counting from today. Then today, we were just talking, and suddenly, from February, I started noticing that her sisters are now becoming distant. They aren't calling me like they used to. Her parents also aren't calling me as they used to. And it made me raise questions. And also, this particular lady started becoming moody, and cases were all over. When you do this, someone is angry. When you do this, someone is busting. So today, she came and told me that, you know what, mister? I think I'm done with this relationship. My friend, my heart my heart almost itoke kwa chest yangu. Because I was like, what are you saying? We are okay. The problems that we have in this relationship are like any other. And he told me, you know what? I found a guy who's ready to marry me.
Hold up, Kenodia. Hold up. Huh? You did what now? She's telling you that she already found another guy who is willing to marry her. But we all know that is a story they cooked with her mother, her sisters, and her girlfriends to pressure the guy to commit. That if you are not willing, there is another guy waiting on the wings. Just like the young boy in Dubai with his wife on the phone. If you're not willing to take care of me, there is another man lined up to pick up where you fail, Kenodia. But this is a married man he is talking to. So he's not going to open his mouth and say those things. And now, when the young man shut him down from throwing him to Mama, he is no longer asking any questions. But Kenodia is a very good storyteller, which is why we are hearing all this stuff. Without him being prompt, without having nuance, without having leading questions.
You've been with this young. Because I was like, what are you saying? We are okay. The problems that we have in this relationship are like any other. And he told me, you know what? I found a guy who's ready to marry me. How have you been with this guy? So it means you have been cheating. And she said, no, I met this guy this month and next month but one, because you are not ready to marry me, I found a person to marry me. And I was like, how soon is that? This person, does he even know you? Where you're from, the kind of person you are? And he told me, no, I love you, but I want to get married. And this person is giving me what I want.
You see, that's the problem of talking to people who are compromised. And do you know what the problem is? They are compromised. They cannot give you an opinion. Because as soon as this young man started opening his mouth, the guy is not listening to him. The guy is seeing himself in the young man.
So what confuses me is that, what's wrong with women? Do they marry people who are ready, or people they love? Or a woman can love someone and still decide to marry another person? And if she decides to marry another person, what if she comes to regret later, and when she now wants to come back to you, you have already moved on? So what's wrong with women?
How old are you, man?
There we go. Uncle steps in.
28.
Jay, what are your thoughts on this one? I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this, Jay.
Back to
I don't think there's anything wrong with women.
Back to the woman. His first order of business, let's give this business to the woman.
How old are you, man?
28.
Jay, what are your thoughts on this one?
Uh-huh.
I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this, Jay.
My
I don't think
goodness.
there's anything wrong with women. You guys are just not on the same page at this point in life. She wants to be married. You don't want to be married. And she has found somebody who's ready to marry her. And she doesn't necessarily have to have been cheating on you the last 1 month. It could really just be she met this person and they sort of agree on where it is they are in life, and they have decided, I want to be married, the woman wants to be married, and they're going to go ahead and do it. Sometimes it does happen that fast, especially if that's something that she wants and she has really been looking for. So
You see, the woman is sticking to the girl code. She is not going to deviate from the girl code.
And they sort of agree on where it is they are in life, and they have decided, I want to be married, the woman wants to be married, and they're going to go ahead and do it. Sometimes it does happen that fast, especially.
You see, that's what they want you to believe, that there is a better man out there. And Kenodia, if you don't get your acts together, you are going to lose this jam. You are going to lose this prize, because women are the prize.
And she has really been looking for. So it's not that women are evil, women are bad, there's something wrong with the women. You guys are just on different pages at this point in your life. And it's okay to let that relationship go, and you go and find somebody who is willing to wait for you to be ready for marriage and ready for kids. But there's nothing wrong with women.
Nothing wrong whatsoever.
But Big Meek, the other thing I'm seeing is,
Handcuff steps in.
why were you not honest from the beginning, just to say, look, this is where I am in my life.
Back to square one.
We having, this is what I want. You need to just.
If you're wondering why he is asking that question, is because he is not listening to the guy. But you and I have been listening to the guy. They got in the relationship as a rebound relationship for him to heal from the previous relationship. And the woman told him that he is in a better position with her in this rebound relationship, because she is going to help him heal in the relationship. And if the things don't work, then we can go our separate ways. And then midway, she started bringing baby fever, and every time she is ovulating, she says, tonight is the day, because I want you to put a baby in this belly. But Anko is not listening. Anko is internalizing this about his own life. That's why he is missing all these points.
To be honest, because I think the issue comes when one is not honest in a situation like that. Maybe if you've got someone's daughter and she's at your place, you work, I'm sure, right? And you guys were living like husband and wife, yet you're not married, right? So, it's a big thing where people see these kind of things and they're thinking, damn, this nigga is just going to keep me on a leash like this. He's not going to pop the question. I'm out here helping him to get on his feet, or whatever it is she's doing in your life to assist or make life easier for you. Yet you haven't kind of married her, and I know that for women at times it can be a big thing to say, like, time is moving. You may just change your mind and go for someone else. So she wants someone who's serious, someone who's firm in their ways. But I think the most important thing for you to do is to just gather yourself, and be honest in the process. Jay, I see your hand is up. You can go for it.
No, actually, sorry. That was quite accidental. But now that you've mentioned that, I think maybe. Yeah, but maybe I can just add, I did hear Big Meek. I think he has mentioned throughout his narration that he was honest about where he is in life.
Exactly.
I think he said that he told her severally he's not ready for marriage and he's not ready for kids.
The lady is listening.
But I think you guys, Big Meek and your girl, while you were going into the relationship, you thought your woman would wait for you. Ukimwambia you're going to wait for her for if you tell her you're going to take 5 years for marriage and kids, you thought she was going to wait for you for 5 years. And she thought she would be able to convince you sooner to change your mind to get into marriage and kids. That is a problem. But there's no problem with you, Big Meek, and there's no problem with her. You guys, again, are simply on different pages.
No, they are not. The guy is just manipulated. He had his own timeline. He is the gatekeeper of the relationship. So he has his own timeline. But,
and she thought,
one moment, women have figured out how to take away that power of the man to be the gatekeeper of the relationship by pressuring the man to give in and use her own timetable. Because a woman's timetable and a man's timetable are totally different timetables.
but she would be able to convince you sooner to change your mind to get into marriage and kids. That is a problem. But there's no problem with you, Big Meek, and there's no problem with her. You guys, again, are simply on different pages. But it sounds like you guys can communicate and you can agree to go your different ways.
But Jeshiko, what happened to people waiting for each other? Because I remember, even the time of our parents, people used to wait. Men used to go to war. In fact, in Kenya, most of our parents were in that transition mode from rural to urban areas. And when these women were left in the rural areas, they used to wait for these men.
They used to wait.
I just want this one to wait for me.
Listen, they used to wait. But we have to agree, times have changed, people. We are not in those times anymore. Things have changed.
Jay, you cannot wait.
Big Meek, things have changed. In the past, yes, there were certain expectations for women, for men even. There were certain expectations and they were clear and everybody was interested in following them. But things have changed. No matter how hard we want to fight against that, things have changed. We are in 2024. There are things you will not expect me to do because...
Kenodia, shape up or shape out.
Even there were certain expectations and they were clear and everybody was interested in following them. But things have changed. No matter how hard we want to fight against that, things have changed. We are in 2024. There are things you will not expect me to do because your mother or your grandmother did back in the day. I will not do them because of that. I will do them because I want to do them. Or because I am informed enough to know that if I engage in this activity, it's going to benefit me in this way or another. But if I see it's not going to benefit me, if anything, it's a disadvantage to me, why would I involve myself in it? Because my grandmother did it? No. It has to make...
You see? The guy would have been better off seeking advice from the lady because now she is giving herself permission to speak freely.
Sense.
And
if it doesn't make sense to me, if it doesn't make sense to me as a woman, I won't do it. If I don't want to wait for you and you're not offering me anything worth waiting for, this is just me saying, maybe that was her analysis. She figured I'm going to go and look for somebody who will give me what I want. And that's the reality of life. Anyway, maybe I'm being harsh.
No, you're being real.
No, you're speaking, you're telling it like it is. On your end, that's your experience.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, and also Jeshiko, you'll answer. You say you'll answer. How is the significance of marriage to a woman?
It's the only thing, bro. Negro, it's the only thing.
Jeshiko, you wanna grab that?
You wanna answer that? You're asking what is the significance of marriage for women? What do they gain from marriage?
Yeah. No. Like, what's the significance of marriage in women? Like, they push for it. Like, most women are like, why aren't you marrying? What don't I have that you're not marrying me now? If it's anything, if it's providing, we'll see it go to Kisonga Mbele. What I want is marry me.
I don't know. Me, I'm not the right woman to talk about that. But I know it has to do with how even the way we were brought up, you were told as a woman, your sole purpose in life is to be married and to have children. You should be a good woman. Don't do certain things because if you do them, hakuna mwanaume atakuoa. You Kenyan men, you've heard women being told that. Hakuna mwanaume atakuoa na hizo tabia. That's what that is saying. No man is going to marry you with such kind of a behavior. So you need to adjust your behavior so that you're attractive to men, so that you're marriageable or marriage worthy. So women are brought up being told these things. So why should I not, as a woman, expect marriage as a thing. Like, I should, in my old age, I'll be like, I need to be married. That's the only thing that has been drummed into my head. It's a measure of success in some societies, even.
Wait for it.
You know, if you're not married as a woman, then what is your purpose?
Wait for it. Wait
That's
for
the
it.
mentality we were brought up in. There's even a TikTok, I saw a guy, a man asking women, you as a woman, if you're not married and you do not have children, what is your purpose? Unfortunately, that's the way society has taught us. That's the only reason a woman exists, for marriage and children.
How about for you?
You know? So if I grow up thinking like that, I shouldn't be condemned, because that's what society taught me. But Mimi, I am not the right person to comment on this, because I am not interested in marriage. I've never been, never will be, and I am okay with that. And in today's society, you're going to find a lot of women like me who do not desire marriage, do not dream about it, do not care for it. They just do not care, and they're okay. So times have changed. But it's because women are brought up being told, you are good for marriage and children. And
I want you to hear that nervous laugh. All right? One more time.
Because that's what society taught me. But Mimi, I am not the right person to comment on this, because I am not interested in marriage. I've never been, never will be, and I am okay with that. And in today's society, you're going to find a lot of women like me who do not desire marriage, do not dream about it, do not care for it. They just do not care, and they're okay. So times have changed.
That one.
But it's because women are brought up being told, you are good for marriage and children and nothing else. You are supposed to be, you know, have all the good and right manners for you to be marriageable. So I guess that's why marriage is important to some women. Yeah, but times are changing. Times are changing, and I'm happy for that.
What did you do? What did you end up doing, Big Meat? What was your experience? What did you, I mean, what's your master plan? What are you hoping to achieve from this entire situation?
Walking away from the story
completely. Have you spoken to any elder within your vicinity?
You are the elder!
Father, uncle,
what are you saying?
What is the advice?
You are the elder!
That for me, I think, okay, I haven't spoken to anyone. In fact, you are the first people to know.
Exactly.
Up to now, most of my friends think that we are still together with this lady. But technically, everything we've called off. So, Tato, what do you think is the significance of marriage to women?
There you go. The same question over and over again.
Bro, I don't know.
He does not know. He does not know.
I am a married man, but, I wouldn't want to.
I have to pause. One more time. He does not know because he is a married man. But he does not use the word because. He changes that. What he's saying is, as a married man, I am compromised. I cannot help you, Kenodia.
So, Tato, what do you think is the significance of marriage to women?
Bro, I don't know. I am a married man, but, I wouldn't want to infiltrate my thoughts on what women think. I know what my woman thinks.
There you have
like
it.
Shiko mentioned,
there you have it, guys.
There you have it. On the entire thing, she has no desire for that. So I can't speak for all women. What we need to do is get different opinions from women. And I encourage you to have those discussions with those kind of women. There are many spaces that go around discussing that. And I think it could add a lot of value. But I think the most important thing, the question you should be asking is, what do I want? As a 28-year-old, what do I want to achieve? What do I want? And I think go around with that truth,
Wow.
Instead of trying to figure out the woman, figure yourself out. That's going to make things easier for you. I hope I'm making sense. What you need to be discussing now is, or rather not even discussing, or have within your mind is, what's my next game plan? What's my next move? What mistakes did I learn? I mean, from this entire thing, what lesson did you learn? Why did you want to keep someone's child in your apartment without having paid?
That's the only thing he had, for real.
I mean,
that's the only thing he had.
In fact, Tato, let me tell you one bit. She's the one who, she's the one who, in fact, initiated herself. In fact, ye mwenyewe, okay, he started moving things one by one. by the time I came to know that we are now living together as man and woman, everything, she'd already moved from her own apartment. Now all her things are in my apartment. And I cannot chase her away. I love the woman. And we are okay. And I am in a position that I can provide everything. Everything from my side is okay.
But
about provision.
But
the only thing that I had was that I needed closure from my past relationship. That was the only thing that I told her very well, that this is now my problem. And that's the reason why, until I'm done with this, is that that is the point at which I can continue with what we have and take it to the next step. But somebody's child refused to wait for big man.
Hey, brother, man, you need to spend time with yourself to figure these things out. Maybe you focused on the wrong things.
Like seeking advice from you?
No, sometimes I think, and I hope you're being genuine on this.
You see, the hesitation is he does not want to commit anything. So now, beyond guilting him, now he's telling him, I'm even doubting your story. Maybe your story is not even real. But, whether ni Jesu.
When you focus on some of these, wrong things, it adds a lot of pressure on yourself. I mean, if you're 28, why not focus on what you're trying to achieve? What you're trying to achieve on a personal note. Why not focus on that instead of, trying to keep this person, there are a lot of mistakes we make as people. And I'm speaking from, being a 42-year-old man. When I look back at my life,
42-year-old man.
Play around, man. Live your life. Get yourself in check. And by saying play around, I don't mean like go hate people. I just mean like take time with yourself, man. Don't rush processes, bro. I'm not an advisor.
I want you to hear that one more time. And then when he's saying what he's saying to him, I want you to hear him saying that to himself. Now he is speaking to his younger self. He is now 42 years old, married with 2 children. But he is telling him what he should have done if he was this young man's age. One more time, listen very carefully.
A lot of pressure on yourself. I mean, if you're 28, why not focus on what you're trying to achieve? What you're trying to achieve on a personal note. Why not focus on that instead of, trying to keep this person, there are a lot of mistakes we make as people. And I'm speaking from, being a 42-year-old man. When I look back at my life, play around, man. Live your life. Get yourself in check. And by saying play around, I don't mean like go hate people. I just mean like take time with yourself, man. Don't rush processes, bro. I'm not an advisor, marriage, relationship advisor, anything like that. I'm just telling you I would do if I was in your shoes, But it's a lesson. It's a lesson for you. Don't go taking people's kids, putting them in your place.
Blame game again.
And hoping that you can just keep them there.
But let me know if you caught what he just said.
Jayshiko just mentioned she's not keen on that. Let me finish this. She just mentioned she's not keen on that. But there are many women out there, I suppose, that want that, And you perhaps may have found one of those, but you were not serious about it. So she just said, no, dude, there's John over there that's keen and wants me right now. And there's the whole hypergamy thing. Instead of focusing on her, get yourself together, man. Get your shit together. And all these other things will come at a later point if that's what you want, You can go ahead.
Part of my whole intention was not keeping her at my place for free. That was not my intention. The only thing that I wanted was time. And I told her that give me until mid this year. Everything will be sorted. My intention was not keeping another person's daughter for free. In fact, even I also told her parents that, I'll take this to the next step, but I have agreed with your daughter to give me some time. I have things that I'm sorting out, and I will true to my word. In fact, I had everything planned out to marry her.
But
well, rejection is part of manhood, Big Nick.
Who got rejected?
Your lesson now.
There is no rejection here.
Some of the advice
He's been pressured to act faster.
Is useful to you.
There is no rejection. He's been pressured.
Part of being rejected is part of manhood. It's part of growth.
Kenodia is being rushed.
Hopefully you learned a lesson from
How could scare your story?
But I'd say dust yourself off and focus on yourself rather. And at a later point, you'll find the right person if that's what you're gunning for, if that's what you want. You know what I mean? Maybe someone that's on the same page as you. Depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for a woman that's just gonna stay at home and handle everything? Some guys want career women. Depends what you're looking for. Perhaps give yourself time, and the time will come. You'll get that person. You know what I mean?
But he wants this person at his own timetable.
I hope I got through to you. But I'm keen to know, what's your next step?
For me, professionally, my things are going well. For me, I can say that my life is good. I cannot say that I'm suffering.
He missed the question.
Not unless you tell me that I now think about more projects and more things. But generally, financially, I'll go freshen up, think about more projects and more things. But generally, financially, I'm okay. Physically, I'm okay. Yeah. And take a break for 3 months.
Yeah, that's good, man. I think do that. That will work out for you. Stop wasting your time chasing people. Rather focus on yourself and figure yourself out. And if someone doesn't want you, bro, what can you do? If you were Jay Shiko now and she comes and she tells you, Big Meat, that's it for me, I'm out. What are you going to do? Try and get her to stay? There's a quote that I saw once that said, you must always be ready to let go. It's a harsh one. It's a harsh one, but when you read it and you think about it, it's like, shit, that really is how life goes, You win some, you lose some, but I'm lucky this time around. Get your shit together, mentally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just you seem like a young man who's got his head in the right place. Yeah, you've made some fuck ups, but who hasn't?
He didn't fuck up.
And hopefully you can dust yourself off and keep it moving. But you must always remember, bro, things can change at any moment. And I don't usually do these kind of talks where I'm sitting here giving advice. And sometimes I do mention it and say, the only people I give advice are my kids.
Wow.
Everyone else that maybe asks certain questions, I'll give you my opinion and my viewpoint and perhaps share maybe an experience or two that I've had. But ultimately, it's on you to kind of, make that decision and run with it. But 28 is young, bro. Still a young man. You're going to meet many other women out there. Many other women. But guys, thanks for popping on here. I mean, anyone else who wants to grab the mic, come share a thought or two, please feel free to do so. Jeshiko, you must always keep me updated when you're having those, those sessions of yours. I'd be keen to really hop on and engage, or rather listen even, Because sometimes I saw you guys were talking, it was mainly Kenyan education based. But I mean, it's universal, right? I'm very much on a universal plane with people. It's very good to interact with people from all over. It's good interaction, Big Meek. What's your master plan now? What's your master plan now?
As I said that, and you've advised me that women will come along my way. But from my history, I've fumbled good women, and I don't know why. But let me hope for the best. Another one will come and maybe be the perfect one and a good one for me.
No, absolutely. And thanks for sharing. When I have these kind of spaces and people share their thoughts, I'm not one to judge or to say anything. I think we all have our hiccups,
And Tato, the problem with me is that when I get into a relationship, I usually try to give my all. Now that is what always hurts me, and that is what always come to bite me back. Because if it's loving my friend, I love 100%. Even if it's a relationship, I give it my 100%. And most of the time, I usually don't buy into these toxic masculinity things. I usually don't buy into them. That's why I think most of the time, for me, it hurts me very much where I'm invested so much into something, then it just goes away like that. Yeah, it hurts me very much, but let me accept.
But I think now you've learned, right? Every time I think when one is in a situation and the feeling is not mutual, things are not reciprocated, you must always realize and understand that you're fighting a losing battle. So I think you shouldn't put your, in the beginning, at least the phase you're at right now, don't put your everything into these things. The time will come, I suppose, and you'll decide how far you want to get and go. But before all of that, I think just focus on gathering yourself together, because the whole giving the all, has it ever worked for you? Because if it was meant to have worked, to be honest with you, I don't think there's anyone that can come up here and say there's a specific way to handle things. There are different people out there.
So I'm going to cut the video there, and I'm going to say this in closing. Do not fight a losing battle. In fact, I'll go further and say this. Do not get into a battle. Get into a game that you have rigged in your favor. That you, as a man, are the only one who is going to win in that game. Leave the battles alone. Play the game and rig the game. Win the game. See to what is going in.